Test, 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 test. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Bell Family Arena here on the campus of Mid-America Nazarene University for tonight's women's volleyball matchup. Missouri Valley visiting your number 19 ranked Mid-America Nazarene University Pioneers. Last time you saw your Pioneers here at home was a sweep of conference foe Evangel. Since then, the Pioneers have gone 6-1 with 2 wins over ranked opponents and 2 more wins in the Heart of America Conference. And for Missouri Valley comes in at 14-2 on the year and 3-0 in the Heart of America Conference. Both teams at 3-0 in the conference. They are joined by Clark, Grandview, and Peru State at 3-0. CMU, Central Methodist, is 2-0 in the conference. Tonight's matchup will feature your Pioneers and some of the star players here from that last matchup. Betke is a senior and setter for the Pioneers. Huge Azaguar and Marina Sanchez came up huge both for the Pioneers. Missouri Valley comes in with some firepower on their own, and they have not lost since facing College of the Ozarks back early September. Have won 4 straight matchups, including 3 straight in the Heart of America Conference. We'll get you here starting lineups here pretty quick as they come to me. I'm Kyle Olson. I'll be with you all night on play-by-play. I'll also be your color guy and your sideline reporter. So any information you may need tonight, I'll be your guy. Go ahead and let you enjoy the rest of warm-ups here as we get to the starting lineups, national anthem. I'll come right back to you live here on MNU Sports Radio here in Bell Family Arena. Tonight's Friday night matchup, Mid-American Nazarene University Pioneers hosting the Mo Valley Vikings women's volleyball.
Good evening and welcome to Mid-American Nazarene University, the Cook Center, Bell Family Arena, and Rocky Lamar Court. The MNU Pioneers welcome our guests, the Vikings from Missouri Valley College in Marshall, Missouri, for our Heart of America Athletic Conference volleyball match. We begin tonight's match with prayer led by Lonnie Schultz. Please stand for prayer and remain standing for our national anthem.
Pray that tonight you would inspire
Let's meet the starters for Missouri Valley. A 5'11" junior middle blocker from Lee Summit, Missouri. Number 1, Haley Criswell. A 5'4" senior libero from Springfield, Missouri. Number 6, Madison Sherman. A 5'10" senior outside hitter from Gladstone, Missouri. Number 8, Lauren Eldridge. A 5'8" senior center from St. Louis, Missouri. Number 9, Kristen Sazama. A 5'11" senior outside hitter from Kikinda, Serbia. Number 10, Katarina Kristanisic. A 6'1" junior middle blocker from La Romana, Dominican Republic. Number 12, Deborah Constanzo. And a 5'8" senior outside hitter from Plainfield, Illinois. Number 26, Dakota Santor. The Vikings are coached by Brett Holt in his 6th season. He's assisted by Tamika Drake and Shelby Woodward. And now let's meet the starters for the Pioneers. A 5'9" senior center from Gardner, Kansas. Number 1, Hannah Bethke. A 6' senior libero from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Number 3, Gabby Strazzeri. A 5'6" senior defensive specialist from Wichita, Kansas. Number 6, Chesney Vaughn. A 5'11" freshman outside hitter from Mattress, Oregon. Number 10, Jen Raw. A 6' junior outside hitter from Montevideo, Uruguay. Number 13, Eugenia Azibia. A 6'4" sophomore middle hitter from Santo Andre, Brazil. Number 14, Marina Sanchez. And a 6'2" senior middle hitter from Lenexa, Kansas. Number 21, Taylor Cowan. The Pioneers are coached by Christina Ludwig in her first season. She's assisted by Paul Rosa, and their manager is Lexi Davis. Let's play volleyball.
Welcome back to Bell Family Arena here for the Friday night's matchup. Missouri Valley Vikings coming in to face your Mid-American Nazarene University Pioneers. You heard the starting lineups. We'll review them for you really quick. For the visiting Moval Vikings, Haley Criswell, the junior from Lee Summit, Missouri. Kristen Zazama, senior from St. Louis, Missouri. Lauren Eldridge, a senior from Gladstone, Missouri. Katina Kristosnik, a senior from Kikinda, Serbia. Deborah Costanzo, a junior from La Romana, Dominican Republic. And Dakota Santor, a senior from Plainfield, Illinois. Missouri Valley, coached by Brett Holt in his 6th season. For your Pioneers, Hannah Betke, senior from Gardner, Kansas. Chesney Vaughn, a senior from Wichita, Kansas. Jennifer Roth, a freshman from Madras, Oregon. Eugenia Azaguar, a junior from Montevideo, Uruguay. Marina Sanchez, a sophomore from San Andre, Brazil. And Taylor Cowan, a senior from Lenexa, Kansas. So that's the starting lineups on the court for your Pioneers. Right off the bat, a sub as Gabriela Strazzeri will be tonight's libero. Last time it was Betke, so a little lineup change there for the Pioneers. And for Moval, same situation. Number 6, Madison Sherman, a senior from Springfield, Missouri, coming in to be the libero for the Missouri Valley squad. She will be wearing the neon green, Missouri Valley in their whites. Pioneers libero wearing, Strazzeri wearing white. It's the Pioneers in their red and blue. First serve, Missouri Valley takes it, and the Pioneers quick on the attack, but Valley brings it back. This is a good matchup. Two of the top teams, the Heart of Merit Conference. And the Pioneers strike first with a Taylor Cowan kill in the middle of the court. Pioneers take the first lead of the match here in game 1. Libero Strazzeri will serve. Coach Christina Ludwig, as noted, in her first season as head coach, off to an 8-4 start, undefeated mark, 3-0 in the conference for the Pioneers, as Moval sends it over, easily played by the Pioneers. And it comes back to the Pioneers with another shot at it in the middle once again. Ricochets off a Viking defender, and Sanchez gets the kill. 2-0 Pioneers. You're going to hear Eugenio Azaguar, a very brutal name for me to say, from Uruguay, junior for the Pioneers. She will be known as Huge. You'll hear the crowd say it. You'll probably hear me say it as well, as the Missouri Valley College Vikings strike for their first point. Costanzo with the kill.
Costanzo serving.
Right on cue, Costanzo will serve. 2-1 early lead for the Pioneers. Over on that far side, it's tipped and in. Pioneers expand the lead, and that's Huge with the kill. Here comes number 2, Jesse Kajawa, from Manhattan, Kansas. Pioneers junior, 6-foot middle hitter. Transfer from Fort Hays State University, just subbed in for the Pioneers and tips it, and a Valley player was into the net. Pioneers will take the point. It's 4-1. As noted in that earlier game, last home game against Evangel, Pioneers won every net point when there was a 50-50 ball going up, pretty much every net point there was. And once again, they take the first one here as here comes Moval on the attack, and that ball will hit the floor. Point for Moval. Criswell in the middle for the kill. Substitution here for Mo Valley. Number 11, Sarah Mueller, a junior from St. Peters, Missouri, will sub in for the Vikings. And she will serve. 4-2 lead for the Pioneers early in set number 1. Pioneers controlling the ball on the far side. Here's off the side of the hand by Kujawa, who she is known as Huge. That ball goes off the side of her hand, but in just barely. 5-2 Pioneers lead.
Jackson serving.
And Jackson will put one over in the middle of that Viking defense. And there's a block in the middle, but the Vikings salvage it, will stay on it. And a hit will be in. That was a really nice right hand right there from number 8. Number 6, Madison Sherman. She was well behind the net there and found just an open spot in the defense there. Ludwig, coach of the Pioneers, yelling out some instructions as Moval now trails 5-3. Pioneers control again to this near side. That is blocked for a point by the Vikings. That one looked like Eldridge, but it may have been Criswell. Number 1 and number 8 were both there building the wall. Serve over to the Pioneers. Good set into the middle by Kujawa, and there's a point and a kill for Kujawa. 2 subs in here for the Pioneers. Number 12, Kat Seeger, making an appearance, and she will serve. The second one I could not see. I believe it was Beth Smith, but I cannot see her number really quick here. Seeger serves into this Moval attack, and there's a dig, and she won't be able to get it. Huge made a good effort on the dig. It hit her up high on the shoulder and went out of bounds, so a point for Moval. That sub I was talking about is actually Jennifer Roth. Roth, that 5'11 freshman, had a huge game last week from Oregon as Ludwig continues to cycle players in and out. 6-5 Pioneers lead. Libero Sherman serving for the Vikings. And here is Roth. And the Vikings salvage it, but just get it over. Pioneers another good shot at the point here, and is blocked. And down for a point for the Vikings. Kristinich, I believe is how you say that one, gets a point to even the score at 6. Another serve here by Libero for the Vikings. Over on the far side, Cowan runs across the right side, hammers it deep. Just a couple of feet inside the back line. Pioneers reclaim the lead at 7-6 as Chesney Vaughn will serve. Short serve into the middle. Vikings salvage it, get it across. Pioneers a good shot at it here on the bottom is Roth. It's dug out by the Vikings, and they come back at him. And what a great play there by Chesney, making a save. And here's Roth again. Again, it's blocked. The Pioneers still have it. A good rally going back and forth here And the Pioneers have control and have it set up for Cowan on the outside. Mistimes the jump and a double touch. No, a lift. Could have been either one there. A lift by the Vikings. Pioneers will take the point. Cowan came up the right side, took a big swing at it, and pretty much missed the ball, but just tipped it with her fingers. And it kind of was a change up to that Moval defense. So Pioneers up 8-6. Serving back to the Vikings is blocked and dug out. Pioneers with it. Roth on the near side. Right back to the Vikings. Another good dig there by Young, but a miscommunication, or by Vaughn, and that miscommunication gives the Pioneers, giving Valley a point there. Chesney Vaughn made a great dig, and about 5 Pioneers were in a circle looking at it. Unfortunately, 8-7 Pioneers lead. Eldridge will serve for the visiting Vikings. Her serve is a low one, skims across the net. Cowan on the far side into the middle. Not a lot on it. Here comes the Vikings. Good dig on the back row by the Pioneers. A set to the back corner, and it's going to be a point. Hannah Betke set it to the near side corner, and a Mo Valley player could get a hand on it, but that's about it. 9-7 Pioneers lead. Good heads-up play there. Jennifer Roth will serve for your Pioneers. Jump serve to the middle. Vikings set it up on the far side. It is blocked and over the net and back to the Vikings. Pioneers will get it now. And there's Huge with a huge kill just inside the back line for a point. 10-7 Pioneers lead. Roth will serve again as the Pioneers control. This serve again to the middle. From the back row, but it's dug out by Vaughn. Cowan in the middle. Not a lot on it. Vikings with the ball back again. Tips it to the middle. And the Vikings kind of salvage it. We'll just have to get it over, and they do. And it looks like it must have been the angle there as that ball came from out of play, I believe. Around, they have the poles that go up on either side of the net. I believe it went behind the pole or over the pole, which is out of bounds. So the Pioneers take the point, 11-7. They lead. Roth this time serves it deep. And a little tip there by the Vikings. Pioneers play it easily. Here comes Huge, the big kill, but it's dug out by the Vikings. Pioneers back at it. Huge again. Little tip by her. Vikings control it. Back and forth now. Not a lot on this one. Cowan hammers it into a block. Pioneers take control, have to get it over, and they do. Middle hit here by the Vikings, and it's going to be a point. A lot of back and forth there, and Costanza kills it for Moval. Huge dig by Santor on that far side on that huge attempt at a kill. Short serve there. On the far side is Cowan into a block, down on the floor, point for the Vikings. Another block. Pioneers yet to have a block. I believe that's the third for the Moval Vikings. Oh, and what a heads-up play by Betke. Savvy move by the senior, looking like she's going to set it to a teammate. Flips it over the net for the point. 12-9 Pioneers lead. Trezeri, the libero, back in and will serve. Short serve into the middle, into the back corner. Point for the Pioneers. Pretty play there by Costanzo, 6'1", Dominican Republic native. And she will now serve way back from that back line. Makes a big right hand at it. Pioneers control it. And from the back row is Roth, but the Vikings play it easily. And that one is killed on the far side by Santor, number 26 for the Moval Vikings, who are gaining some momentum here. Now only trail 12-11. Another serve here for the Vikings, and they set on the near side and into the net. are the Vikings. Number 4, Nicole Boots, Orlando, Florida native, into the net.
MNU.
And Pioneers up 13-11 now.
Betke serving.
And a Betke will serve for the Pioneers, up by 2. Middle of this first set. Missouri Valley's kill attempt is an error into the net there, giving the Pioneers kind of a free point. 14-11 now, stretching the lead to 3. Not a lot of unforced errors early in this first set, but that was one there. Pioneers short serve by Betke, and the Vikings can't handle it as it's out of bounds in the stands. First ace of the game for either team. 15-11, Pioneers lead. Very even, back and forth first set. Pioneers' biggest lead of the night, though, is 4. And a middle hit attempt is blocked and sent aside by the Pioneers. And it was Sanchez with the block. First successful block for the Pioneers. 16-11, stretching that lead to 5, biggest of the night so far. Betke serving for her 3rd time, hits this one a little bit longer. And into the middle for the Vikings, not a lot on it. Pioneers coming on the back on the far side is huge, hits it way long, unforced error, point for Mo Val, 16-12.
Mueller serving.
Mueller will serve here. The Vikings junior hits it long, handled by the Pioneers, set up to the top side, blocked, and right back to the Pioneers. And a little tip over, nothing doing. Vikings with the ball and hammers that one in. Lauren Eldridge to the middle.
Eldridge with the kill.
Hit another point, another kill, successful kill for Mo Valley, 16-13. Mo Val back within 3 after trailing by as much as 5 as her serve long, but Pioneers handle it at the bottom, and that ball is just out. Kajawa got a good swing at it, but just hits it long.
Jackson serving.
And I was incorrect. It looked like it was in. I screwed that up. My fault. As Jackson serve. Now Pioneers lead 17-13. Jackson serving. And Mo Val doesn't give it back. A nice set and an Eldridge kill leads to point number 14 for Mo Val, 17-14.
Krasnosic with the kill.
Santor
Valley.
Santor will serve now. 3-point game. Pioneers handle the serve at the top, and it is out. Looking for a tip, no call. Point for the Vikings. Pioneers came together looking for the call on the Sanchez kill, but unfortunately did not get the tip, so 17-15. And here's Roth on the near side. It is handled by the Vikings, and they go back to it. There's a big block in the middle. Vikings still with it, and a lift is called. Point for the Pioneers. A little bit of chaos in the middle there, as a block by the Pioneers left Missouri Valley scrambling. Unfortunately, the lift was called for them, and the Pioneers lead 18-15. And here's Kat Seeger serving with the left hand. Her serve is handled by Mo Val and blocked right back to her. And another shot at it. This time she gets it. So number 10, Krasnosic, she gets blocked in the first one. It comes right back to her. She goes again and gets the kill. As the Vikings now cut into the lead, 18-16. Pioneers will lead. Sazama will serve. Back and forth first set. Pioneers mostly leading so far early on, and they will not get a point there, just missing that one, 18-17. Pioneers have been leading most of the match, and their leads have been from 1 point to about 5 points. And right now it sits 18-17. So the Missouri Valley Vikings pushing here, as Sazama will serve once again. Pioneers control it. Betke sets, Cowan hits, and the Vikings get it back. And here comes Pioneers. Going to have to just get this one over, and they do. It's Rosari with this The little tip. Here comes the Vikings back. Ball is dug out by the Pioneers, and I believe it will be a double touch, and it is. Double contact there, 18-18. This match is all tied up here in set number 1. Serve to the Pioneers as the crowd gets into it. A little middle hit, nothing doing. Back to Moval. On the far side, that kill is out, unforced error. Pioneers reclaim the lead, 19-18. And Coach Ludwig screaming in some positive reinforcement, I can only assume is that, as Vaughn will serve. Her serve to the back corner, but it's played well. Here on the near side, that ball is ripped with the right hand of Lauren Eldridge. And the Pioneers again are tied 19-19. Eldridge will serve. Her serve looks a little long. Pioneers play it. Struzeri back to the middle. Here's Roth at the bottom. Vikings played easily at the top. Is tipped and out of play. It's going to be point for the Vikings there. Kostanovich. And the Pioneers will sub in number 8, Rebecca Weddle. Saw her a little bit the last home match. She'll come in for Jennifer Roth as Eldridge will serve for her second time here. As Moval has taken their first lead in a while, 2019. And here is Weddle with the attempt, and right back to Moval. Pioneers control it again. In the middle, the ball is ripped and out of play. Taylor Cowan with the kill. Pioneers have locked it back up at 20. Roth will sub back in and will serve. Even match in the statistics and the scoreboard in this one. Momentum pretty even in the middle. Pioneer crowd trying to get into it, but haven't had a lot in terms of space to cheer about as that ball is over, and I believe a double touch is called, and it is. Double contact by the Pioneers as Valley will serve now with the 1-point lead, 21-20. And it'll be Kostanovich looking for a new ball. She will serve to the back, and it looks long, and it is. Game is back up, tied at 21. And it'll be Struzeri serving for the Pioneers. Locked up at 21 all. Struzeri serve along the near side line here. From the back row is Eldridge. Pioneers control it. At the bottom is Huge, gets blocked. Pioneers salvage it. Betke over, blocked again, but it's in.
Point, Pioneers.
Replay. Betke's kill there gets the Pioneers 22-21 lead. And Struzeri will serve as the Pioneers try to close out set number 1. Moval back with it. Easy pass over the Pioneers. Here comes Huge at the bottom. It is rocked, and the Pioneers will get the point as it went off a Moval player. It went off Kostanovich and bounced almost all the way over as we get a timeout by Missouri Valley as the Pioneers have seized momentum and are only 2 points away from putting this away. As we get our first break, we're going to get a little word from our sponsors here. Quintiles in Overland Park, Kansas is a leading clinical research company in the Kansas City region, offering a selection of paid clinical research trials, including medical device studies, for the community of volunteers who can be compensated for their participation, time, and travel. Go to quintiles.com for more info. Thank you, our sponsor, Quintiles in Overland Park, Kansas. 30 seconds left on the timeout. Pioneers have just a little bit of separation between them and the Vikings here in set number 1. 23-21 lead. Pioneers are holding serve right now and trying to close this thing out. I believe Strazzeri is still serving after that Betke kill, her third of the match. Other than Cowan, that's the highest the Pioneers have. Now Strazzeri will serve. Eldridge leading for the Vikings, six kills. Strazzeri will serve, 2-point Pioneer lead. Hits it short. Oh, a bad set there by the Vikings, and then a 50-50 ball, and into the net is the Pioneers. Huge point going the way of the Vikings. Couldn't see who was in the net. The Vikings will take it nonetheless, 23-22. Crowd doesn't like it. Costanzo will serve and actually be subbed out for number 14, Karishina Stoudemire, sophomore from Lee Summit, Missouri. Come in to serve for the Vikings at a pivotal moment. Hits a floater serve. Pioneers corral it, and a big hit there. 50-50 ball. Pioneers play it, still have it. And a point by double contact. And this thing is all tied up at 23. Stoudemire will serve again. Pioneers surrendering the last 2 points via errors, both into the net and double contact. And a timeout will be called by Brett Holt, his second and final timeout. As we will take a break, come back here to Bell Family Arena. About a 1-minute break, 23-23 in set number 1. Valley will serve when we come back. All right, hope you enjoyed that quick break. Only 1-minute timeouts here in volleyball, so we get right back to the action as the teams break the timeout. 23-23, pivotal moment here. If you want to take set number 1, now's the chance. Stoudemire for Missouri Valley will be serving. They scored the last 2 points to tie this thing up. Pioneers looking for a clean handle of the serve, a nice set and a kill, not give it back to Missouri Valley right now. And here is Stoudemire. Crowd trying to get into it for the Pioneers, but they're trying to get loud here. All right, there's the handle of the serve. Into the middle is Roth. Roth hits it up the near side, but it's handled on the far side as Moval is blocked and knocked over, and back to Missouri Valley. And again, the kill there, and the Pioneers are trying to get this one over. Here is Roth, puts as much on it and cannot get it over. Point for Missouri Valley there, one away. What a great effort there by the Pioneers. The ball bounced around, and Roth had to hit it from behind her back there and just could not get it over. And we go to another timeout. This one called by Christina Ludwig and the Pioneers, her first, as they are 1 point away from dropping the first set. But a good opportunity here to win a couple points, get right back into it. We'll give you a little break here, about 20 or 30 seconds. Get you back. 24-23, Missouri Valley leads in set number 1. All right, Pioneers on the court waiting for Moval to break the huddle after the timeout by Christina Ludwig. Setting something up, give the Pioneers back even in the match in set number 1. Unfortunately, trailing 24-23. Here is Stoudemire's serve, and a set here, and a little tip there is handled by the Vikings, and they'll go on the near side into the net. Point for the Pioneers. It's tied up once again.
Point, Pioneers.
Who's it going to be? Hannah Betke is going to be serving for the Pioneers unless she is subbed out here. She will not be. 24 all, set number 1. Betke serving for the Pioneers. Crowd on their feet looking for this one. Betke serve to Stoudemire. And Missouri Valley just have to put it over. The Pioneers will have it set up on the far side. And unfortunately, Kajawa ripped it into the net herself. So a point back to the Vikings. And set point once again for the Vikings as Mueller will have the ball. 25-24, Vikings lead. Mueller service. Pioneers handled well. In the middle, swing and a miss, and the set will go to the Vikings. The Pioneers went for the middle hit with Sanchez. She swung and was a little bit off time, just tipped the ball on her own side. 26-24, Vikings take set number 1. 3-minute break. We'll get back to you for set 2 as the teams switch sides. Pioneers, unfortunately, dropping set 1, will come back and look to take set 2 at Bell Family Arena here on Friday night here on MNU Sports Radio.
Santa Fe Trail and Frontier Trail Middle School volleyball teams, the Shawnee Mission North High School volleyball team, and the Zoom Club volleyball team.
I'm a part of the PAA because I believe in building champions of character for now and the future, and I am a pioneer for life.
Donations to the Pioneer Athletics Association directly impact the lives of nearly 400 student athletes at MNU. Membership levels are available for everyone wanting to make a difference. Together through the PAA, we can make MNU Athletics one of the nation's top NAIA programs. Call the Pioneer Athletics Association at 913-971-3278 or go to MNUsports.com.
Welcome back for set number 2, Friday night volleyball. Visiting Missouri Valley Vikings take set number 1, 26-24 against your home Mid-American Nazarene University Pioneers. Individual stats for your Pioneers: 3 kills apiece for Azaguire, Kajawa, Betke. 4 for Taylor Cowan, leads the team in set 1. On the Diggs side, 4 for Vaughn, 4 for Roth, 3 for Trezeri, Betke, and Azaguire. So Pioneers being led by those players. Betke 11 assists, obviously as the setter. Pioneers 8 errors, unfortunately, in that match, probably led to losing that one. Attack percentage 146. Over on the other side for the visiting Vikings, Lauren Eldridge leading all players with 6 kills in that first one. 3 for Kristanovich, for Costanzo, and Santor had 2. On the Diggs region, 5 for Kristanovich and 5 for Santor. As both teams had Missouri Valley had a 227 attack percentage, 16 kills to the Pioneers 15. As we head to set number 2, really close in that first set, back and forth. Pioneers led most of the match until about 21 all, 19, 18, 21 all those. And the Pioneers lost a couple of points late on errors, a person into the net, a double contact, and another hit into the net. So if the Pioneers can cut down on those unforced errors, look to take set number 2. On the floor here in set number 2, Betke, Vaughn, Roth, Azaguire, Sanchez, and Cowan for the Pioneers still have yet to get a card on the Moval Vikings. Some good rallies back and forth by these two teams here. A lot of extended rallies for both teams. A lot of those points on those extended rallies were won by the Vikings. Pioneers winning more of the clean points, the bump set spike style points. The Vikings kind of winning the dirty points, the knocking the ball around, and then hammering one at the end. So Pioneers will serve first after the Vikings served in that first set. And on the floor for the Vikings, get the card: Eldridge, Boots, Kristanovich, Mueller, Costanzo, and Santor in set number 2. We're about to get started. Ref has the ball. Down ref looking at the scorecards, making sure the lineups are correct, getting his rotations. Coaches making final adjustments, and here we go in set number 2. Looks like Roth will serve first for your Pioneers.
Pioneers will begin set 2 serving. Roth serving.
1-0 in sets here. Missouri Valley leading. 0-0 in this one. Roth first service over to the Vikings. A quick dig by Vaughn as the Pioneers get it back and take the first point out of Azaguire. Huge kill for the first point of this set. And Roth will serve once again. This Pioneer crowd is lively to start this second set. At the bottom here is the Vikings blocked. And Vikings will have it once again. We'll go to the same spot. Santor is blocked again. And they'll go back to it for a third time. And the Pioneers dig it out. And in the middle, Cowan gets the kill. It went off a Viking player and went up in the air. It looked like someone was going to be under it. Unfortunately, hit the ground. Points for the Pioneers, 2-0 lead early. Roth serving once again. The Vikings went down to Santor on the near side 3 times on that possession. And all 3 times, twice blocked and once dug. So Pioneers getting rid of that as they dig this one out once again. It was Roth this time. Here is huge, a little tip. Vikings handle it and go to Santor again. A little tip into the corner for a point for the Vikings. Savvy move there by Santor. She looked like she was going to take a swing at it. Just knocked it into the corner where nobody was for the point. Costanzo will serve. 2-1 early, Pioneer lead. Costanzo serve is low and into the net. Unforced error there. Point, Pioneers. Libero Strazzeri will serve to Mobile. Strazzeri serve to the far side. And here's Santor on the near side, and she hammers it home for a point. Cutting that lead to 3-2. As Mueller will go back and take her turn serving. As we noted earlier in the broadcast, both teams undefeated 3-0 in Heart of America play. And this is a big shot to get a big signature win here, either at home or on the road, depending on who wins it, as huge Azaguire hits that one hard but long, as it's now tied up at 3. Mueller serving again, 3-3. Betke this set, little right hand by Huge, nothing on it. Back to the Vikings, blocked to the middle, point for the Pioneers. I think that's Azaguire with the block. It was either Azaguire or Sanchez who made the wall, and the block to the middle of the court, point for the Pioneers, and Betke will serve. Vikings, a middle hit, and that's going to be a point there. It looks like Haley Criswell, and it was. Came flying up the middle of the court, hammers it home. Santor will serve 4-4. These teams continue to be neck and neck as Santor's serve handled by the Pioneers. Oh, and Roth was out of position, unfortunately. Didn't get a good shot at it, hitting right to the net. 5-4, Missouri Valley. Another serve here, high off the body there of Azaguire. Back to her. She hammers it home. It's going to be dug, but out of play. And a huge kill there for the Pioneers, 5-5. And the Pioneers get served back. I believe it's going to be Jackson who's going to come serve. Natalie Jackson, the 5'9" sophomore from Wichita, Kansas. As she serves to the middle of that Low-Val defense. On the bottom there, that ball is out. On the near side, Kristanovich's serve is long. Pioneers retain the lead, 6-5. Jackson serves again. This one long. Vikings have trouble handling it. Just have to get it over, and they do. Pioneers set up for something here. And nothing much doing. Here comes the Vikings back to a mistimed jump and a Pioneer point. Criswell came in to
Point, MNU.
attack, and unfortunately the pass was mistimed, and she didn't even get a swing at it, just fell to the floor as a 7-5 Pioneer lead now. Again, a mishandled serve by the Vikings. Ludwig gets it over. Pioneers back to it, but it's dug out here by the Vikings. The top of the screen there, dug out by Struzzeri. In the middle is huge. Another dig. Both sides going back and forth here, making plays, and that ball is blocked by Kajawa, but out of play. So a point for the Vikings there, 7-6. Pioneers lead. Couple of digs on both sides. Confusion on the rotation.
Sazama serving.
Another one of those dirty points won by the Vikings as they went back and forth. A long rally, couple of digs on either side, and the Vikings come away with the point on the kill there at the bottom. Weddle handles the serve, and she'll get it back to her for the attack. It's blocked and handled by the Vikings. A block by the Pioneers, but out of play.
Under block is out of bounds.
And the Vikings have tied it up at 7. Pioneers getting their hands on all of these attacks. Unfortunately, the last couple have gone out of bounds. As Valley serves once again. Over to Weddle. To Betke. Back to Weddle. Hammers it home, but the Vikings play it well. And ball just getting over by the Pioneers. Betke again. Ball is blocked and played by the Vikings in the middle. Pioneers another shot. That's Weddle on the top side. She plays it to the Vikings. And another point on a long rally won by the Vikings, 8-7. Kristanovic killing it here on that last one for the point. 8-7, the visiting Vikings lead. The last couple of points on long rallies as that serve is out.
The Vikings serve is long.
And that will even it up and get the Pioneers serve back. That was Sazama with the serve for the Pioneers.
Serving.
As Kat Seeger come in with the left hand in serve. Put a little opposite spin on the ball, see if she can get something going for the Pioneers. And a block, and that ball's going to be over the net and knocked down and over by the Vikings. Wow, couldn't believe they got that back. And here come the Pioneers, and Taylor Cowan drills it off the facial region of a unnamed, will not tell you Viking defender, as Cowan absolutely hammered that ball off the cheekbone of the Viking defender. And another block by Cowan, point for the Pioneers, little momentum. Crowd starts to get going here at Bell Family Arena as the Pioneers now lead 10-8. Another left-handed serve here for the Pioneers as Moval just has to get it over, and they do. Betke sets it up, and Weddle, not a good set. Weddle thought she was coming in close. Betke sets it over her head and out for a point for Moval. So some good service by Kat Seeger, who serves and goes out. But a couple of big points. Pioneers take the lead back 10-9. Moval serves to the Pioneers. Betke sets to Cowan, who tips it over for the point in the middle. Point for the Pioneers, 11-9.
Vaughn serving.
Chesney Vaughn will serve for your Pioneers, leading by 2 in the middle of this second set. Little tip, nice play. And Kristanovic gets the kill on a nice tip into the middle of that Pioneer Conestoga logo. And 11-10 now. Here comes Moval back with the serve over to Weddle. Betke back to Weddle. And that ball is back over to the Pioneers. Betke over to Cowan. Cowan hammers it cross court to the opposite corner for the point. It's 12-10 as Jennifer Roth sets back in for Weddle, who is getting some positive reinforcement from Coach Christina Ludwig. Roth coming in, and she will serve. Pioneers leading by 2. Roth serve on the far side. And a block by the Pioneers in the middle. Valley back with it. Pioneers will control. Over on the far side is huge, and she kills it for a point.
Point, MNU.
Off a Moval defender there, could not handle it. 13-10 Pioneer lead. Roth again will serve. Oh, a little mistimed jump, and it'll actually end up for a point for Moval. Not often can you say that. But Costanzo was going up for an attack, mistimed the jump, barely got a hand on it, and it goes to a spot where no Pioneer defenders were. Point for Moval. Costanzo will serve. 13-11 now, Pioneers lead. Costanzo's serve. Pioneers handled in the middle. Ball is hammered and bouncing around. Moval trying to get it back over, and they do, and it's set down by Cowan. I held because it was questionable whether that ball was going to make it over, and the question was answered by Taylor Cowan as she takes two hands, slams it down for the point. Well played. Trezzeri will serve back in for the Nears. Her right-handed serve is handled in the middle, and an absolute bullet by Haley Criswell as the Vikings cut the lead down to 2, 14-12 as we go to really the middle of this second set. Again, Moval taking the first one as that serve is into the net by Mueller. A point for the Pioneers. Another unforced error there.
Betsky serving.
That's now, 5 errors already here on this Moval squad. Unforced errors early. As the down judge now is making sure these substitutions are correct for the Pioneers as they sub in Kajawa once again. Betke serving. 15-12, Pioneers lead. High pass there by Moval. And that ball is out down on these near side by number 8, Lauren Eldridge. And the Pioneers will take the point, stretching that lead to 4. Biggest of the set, not biggest of the match, led by 5 in that first match. Ultimately lost as that Becky serve is way long.
Point, Valley.
Valley now trails by 3. Pioneers getting lined up as Santora comes at him with the serve. Her serve is handled by the Pioneers. Right back to Betke. Huge. Hits an absolute laser into the wall of Moval defenders and into the stands. Point for your Pioneers. 17-13.
Jackson serving.
The magic number is 8 for your Pioneers as Jackson comes in to serve. Natalie Jackson comes in most often to serve and knocks a knuckleball over the net and into the middle, and it is hit by Haley Criswell, the middle hitter, who has most of her points from that spot there, almost all of her points from right there in that spot as it went off some Pioneer defenders and out of play. 17-14, and here is Nicole Boots now serving. Boots' serve is high, but Pioneers play it. Betke on the far side to Weddle, and it's going to be in off the blocker and into the middle of the court. Pioneers take the point and stretch the lead back to 4 as they bring in the lefty, Kat Seeger. Moval handles. Here's a kill attempt, an attack by Kristanovic, and she will get the point off the Pioneer block, which went out of bounds. 3-point match now, 18-15, getting down to the final minutes, you'd say, I guess, final rallies in this one. 18-15. On the far side to Weddle. Weddle hammers it, but it's long. 18-16. Back within 2 are the Vikings as Jennifer Roth comes back in. Service here by Moval is handled by Roth. Betke makes a pass to Cowan, who just sets it over. And in the middle again, and that ball is misplayed, and it will be, just off the net. As it was misplayed on the Moval side, they just knocked it over, and it was bounced around a couple of Pioneer arms, and the ball did not make it over the net. A little bit of slippage there on the Pioneer side as they clean off their side of the court. A couple of players going down on that rally. 18-17, Moval back within 1. Same point of the game, same point of the first set in which they came back and took over. Pioneers looking to avoid that in this one. In the middle, Kajarwa is played by Moval. And she sets it over the net, and it's a point for Moval. It's all tied up. Kristinovic came in, and she found a real big open space on that far side close to the net. Nobody there. Pioneers unfortunately have yielded the lead. It's now 18-18. Here comes the Vikings serving. Betke, the far side, it's Cowan with the right hand, but it's dug out by Boots. Back with it is Moval. And a block by the Pioneers falls just out of play as we go to a Christina Ludwig, coach of the Pioneers, timeout as Moval has battled back from 18-14 to now lead 19-18. We're going to give you a little word from our sponsor here once again. That sponsor is Quintiles in Overland Park, Kansas. They're the leading clinical research company in the Kansas City region, offering a selection of paid clinical research trials, including medical device studies for the community of volunteers who can be compensated for their participation, their time, and their travel. Go to quintiles.com for more info. Little recap so far. Missouri Valley wins set number 1, 26-24. Coming back from a 5-point lead, have pretty much done the same thing here. In set number 2, trailing by 4, have scored the last 5 points to lead 19-18. Both teams actually hitting better in this set than they did in the first set overall. Pioneers about 130 points higher. Missouri Valley about 50 points higher. So you will see the number 8, Lauren Eldridge, serve for Missouri Valley as they lead 19-18 in the closing rallies of this match, of this set, not the match. And the teams break from the timeout. Pioneers looking for a little momentum here. Eldridge serve, Betke sets. Cowan on the far side drills it off the face, maybe the shoulder of a Missouri Valley player, but gets it over, and then it boots air into the net. Gives the Pioneers a point. We're all tied up. That Taylor Cowan attack went off the somewhere up high, maybe a shoulder or a chin of Boots, but it got over the net, and the Pioneers played it back as Vaughn will serve back to Boots in the Valley. And a block by the Pioneers is into the net. And Moval will take the point again, taking the lead, this time 20-19. Magic number for them is 5 as Kristanovic serves. Her serve goes off 2 Pioneer players, it looked like. On the far side is Roth. Roth hits it, and it's going to be a point as it goes off the defense. Kristanovic getting one hand on it, and it goes off the window above the right side of the gym here. 20-20, all tied up in set number 2. Roth serving for your Pioneers, looking to come back and win this one after losing set 1. Roth serve, a set by Moval, a block. Pioneers handle it. We'll have a shot at one here. It's going to be on the far side for Huge, and she gets the point, hitting it off a Moval defender. And the Pioneers take back the lead at 21-20. Roth serving once again. Ludwig drawing up her play from the Pioneer sideline. Here comes Roth's serve. Missouri Valley handles it. Not a good play there as they get it back to the Pioneers. Here's Cowan. Drills it off the Moval defender and out of play for the point. 22-20. Pioneers lead. Pioneers stretching that lead to 2. Magic number is 3 if they want to take set 2 Both of Roth's serves have been played very well by the Pioneers. Missouri Valley gets it over, and the Pioneers have taken it and slammed it home for a point. Here on the near side, that kill is successful by Santor as Movale has some life in him still, 22-21.
Costanzo serving.
Costanzo will serve. Huge point here. Pioneers up by 1. Costanzo's serve is long in the middle. Cesari plays it. Over on the far side is huge. Hits it high and long and out. 22 all.
Point Vikings.
She had a good shot at it, good look at it, and hits it just long. They're going to sub Costanzo out once again for Stoudemire. Stoudemire served some big points in this last set. It looks like she's their ace in the hole when it comes to serving. Hits this one long to Betke. On the bottom to Cowan. Cowan hits it high. And another point for Movale. Unforced errors galore here towards the last couple of points as a huge attack goes long and then a Cowan attack goes long. Both really clean looks at them. Stoudemire serving up 1 for Movale. Her serve to Huge. Going back to Huge in the middle, drills it, and it's going to be a point for the Pioneers. Ricochets off a Movale defender and hits in the middle there. 23 all. Struzeri will serve. Struzeri serving at 23 all. Short serve. Movale handles it. They're on the bottom. Ball is dug out, and just a close play there. The Pioneers can't get to it. Roth got 2 hands on it, put it up in the air, but no teammates could get to it. So Santor with the kill and a timeout for the Pioneers, trailing 24-23. And Movale serving. We'll give you a break, get right back to you. Closing moments of set number 2. Pioneers looking to come back and win it.
Their next meet is Saturday, September the 23rd at Tabor College in Hillsboro, Kansas. Pioneer fans, stay current with Pioneer athletic scores and news by visiting MNUsports.com for all of your Pioneer updates.
Welcome back to Bell Family Arena here. Friday night volleyball, Missouri Valley Vikings coming in to play the Mid-America Nazarene University Pioneers, number 19th ranked team in the country. Took set 1 and are leading here in set 2, 24-23, closing rallies of this one. And it looks like Mueller will be serving for the Vikings as the Pioneers are 1 point away from trailing 2-0
Mueller serving
in the match. Mueller will serve. Pioneers await it. Mueller's serve is towards the middle. Betke, not a good play there. Betke will have to just get it over. It will. Vikings having a shot at closing out this one. On the bottom is Santor, blocked and out of play. The Vikings take set number 2 as well and are leading 2-0 in this one. Pioneers will be on their heels in set 3, 1 set away from dropping their first conference match and their first home match of the season. We'll get back to you here in a couple minutes. Pioneers trailing 2-0 in sets, 26-24 and 25-23. Close matches, but the Pioneers have not been able to pull them out at the end. We'll get back to you and see if they can take set 3 here at Bell Family Arena. All right, stats from set number 2. Pioneers hit 294, 15 kills, 5 errors on 34 attacks. Moval hits 342, 18 kills, and 5 errors on 38 attacks. So good percentage there by Moval. As a team, or individually speaking, we're looking at Lauren Eldridge has 7 kills and 21 attacks. Kristinovich has 10 and 27. The big numbers come from Costanzo, only 5 kills but in 9 attempts. So high percentage there, as well as Santor, 7 kills and 16 attacks and without an error. So big games by both of them. In the dig region, Kristinovich and Santor making huge plays, both 8 kills apiece, or 8 digs apiece. I apologize on that one. On the Pioneer side, kills-wise, looking for Azaguirre, 9 kills and 17 attacks, and Cowan, 10 and 22. No one else has more than 3, so Pioneers not doing very well spreading the love in terms of attacks, or at least kills. In the dig region, Vaughn with 7, Roth with 6, and Azaguirre with 3, Strozari with 5. Little change in the lineup for the Pioneers. Chesney Vaughn has now come in as the libero. So interesting change. Strozari, libero most of the match. Vaughn will take over here in set number 3. The last time we saw the Pioneers at home against Evangel, Vaughn was the libero. So Coach Ludwig changing it up, trying to win set 3 here. Pioneers lose set 1, 26-24. Set 2, 25-23. It's been back and forth, neck and neck, both sets, but the Pioneers have made some errors at the end, or Missouri Valley's made some big plays at the end. And we start off set 3 with an error right off the bat, as Mueller's serve is out, and the Pioneers take a 1-0 lead. Both sets have kind of gone the same way. Pioneers lead early. Moval has kind of been fighting back. And then at the end, Moval kind of takes over as they take a point there in the middle. Looks like Criswell, and it is her 5th kill of the match. Sports Information Director Chad Jenkins letting me know our last regular season home loss was, can't believe this number, October 12, 2010. That's 33 straight home wins for the Pioneers in regular season, as the Pioneers now trail 2-1 in the match. So 33 straight, that's a big streak here in jeopardy as the Pioneers trail 2-0 in this set and 2-1 in this particular set number 3. Vaughn to the middle, Cowan, it is dug out. Valley with it, sends it over the net easily. Back to Betke and Huge on the far side. Dug out by Moval. And it looks like a double contact will be called, and it will, as we're back even at 2s. Coach Holt does not like it, and neither do the Moval players. As Coach Holt giving it to the up. Usually that's called by the down ref, but it was called by the chair this time. As Pioneers serve, and into the net are the Pioneers. Point for Moval, 3-2.
Point, Valley. Sazama, serving.
Looks like Sazama will serve. 3-2, Moval lead in set number 3. Pioneer crowd getting into it, trying to help their Lady Pioneers out a little bit. Cowan hammers it home for a point. That's kill number 11 for her. She leads everybody in that stat, 3-3 early on in set 3.
Strozari serving.
Strozari, the former libero in this match, now just regular old middle hitter, I believe, Strozari. As the Moval getting it across. Big kill on the bottom by Eldridge. And 4-3 now, Moval. Again, that's 33 straight home regular season victories by the Pioneers. That's a lot. That dates back to 2010. And Christina Ludwig would like to avoid that here as a Roth uses the right hand, just knocks it over on the far side. Big kill, but Pioneers dig it out and knock it over. We're going to go back in the middle here. Pioneers again dig it out. And Roth will send this one towards the middle. Big rally here. Vikings with the ball. Blocked and back to them. That ball is drilled high and out by Eldridge, and the Pioneers win a nice gutsy point there going back and forth. 4-4 here in set number 3. Jennifer Roth will serve for your Pioneers. Roth's serve is short, tough play. Vikings handle it, barely get it over. Pioneers good shot out here. Betke, looks like a double contact will be called, and it is. Point for Moval and a 5-4 lead for Moval.
Kristanovic serving.
Here's Kristanovic for Moval. Cowan, the set over. Usually Cowan comes in with a big right hand and hammers it. This time went with a finesse play to the back corner. Things you got to do to get the point. Well done by Taylor Cowan. Vaughn will serve 5-5 here in set 3. And Santor hammers it on the far side for the point. Vikings take a 6-5 lead.
Costanzo serving.
Costanza will serve. To the Pioneers handling it. Tough play there. And Huge with the big hit, but the Vikings kind of dig it out and will just send it over. Pioneers good shot at a point here. Here's Huge in the middle. Vikings dig it out. And here's Santor's a little tip, and it's going to be a point. 2 big shots at it for the Pioneers, but the Vikings come away with the point. And Christina Ludwig does not like what she's seeing as the Pioneers trail 7-5 in this set. And a timeout is called. We send you over to, or we'll read you a little message from our sponsor, Quintiles in Overland Park, Kansas. They're the leading clinical research company in the Kansas City region, offering a selection of paid clinical research trials, including medical device studies, for the community of volunteers who can be compensated for their participation, time, and travel. Go to quintiles.com for more info. 30 seconds left in the timeout. Christina Ludwig, coach of your Pioneers, yet to lose a home match in her rookie season as a coach and yet to lose a conference match. Pioneers 3-0 early on in the season. Trying to draw something up to fire up her women volleyball players here. Of course, I say women's volleyball players because Moval has a men's volleyball team over on the other side. Pioneers here at Mid-America, we do not have a men's team, but they do over in Marshall, Missouri. I believe they're pretty good as well. The women's team doing just fine, 14-2, leading 2-0 in the set, 7-5, or 2-0 in the match, 7-5 in the set. As Stoudemire will come in. She's come in a couple of times. Stoudemire is a 5'9" sophomore from Lee's Summit, Missouri, right here in town. Not too far across the border into Missouri. As the Pioneers knock it over easily. As Santor, the big kill, dug out by Vaughn. And Huge didn't see the ball up there. Miscommunication leads to a Pioneer. A breakdown leads to a Valley point, 8-5. Ball was up in the air for a long time to have no one be on it. Stoudemire serves again. Into the net, and another Valley point. Betke had to set that ball, and the pass mate was pretty close to the net. Betke getting an elbow and shoulder into that one, 9-5. Biggest lead of the game in any spot for Moval. Seems like every time Stoudemire comes in to serve, Moval gets a little jolt of energy and scores some points, unfortunately for the Pioneers. Over to Betke, Betke over to Huge. A big block and a point for Moval. It was Criswell, one-on-one. Criswell and Huge makes the block for a point. Probably a rarity to see her being blocked that directly as Stoudemire serves again. Cowan's attack, it goes in, so the Pioneers get a point. Big run there by Moval. Pioneers get it back, trail 10-6, and have the serve. Crowd is kind of silenced here by Moval winning some points, taking a lead, and putting the Pioneers on their heels. Here comes a middle hit, blocked by the Pioneers. Moval back with it, sets it over. Betke up with the pass. Drilled on that far side, but it's dug out by Moval. Little tip, Pioneers play it to the backside, and Moval will just have to get it over, and they will. Betke again with a pass. This one's in the middle of Huge. No, that was a Sanchez. The Pioneers blocking. It's a point. There it is. Sanchez, after setting that one over, comes up and blocks Stantor on the far side for the Pioneers' second consecutive point. Looking for a little run as Betke will serve. Short serve, played by Moval. Criswell, what a play by Vaughn. Over to Huge, and it's dug out by Moval. Huge again with it, another dig by Moval. Here's Santor on the far side, tipped and out by the Pioneers. Ludwig yelling at the up ref, looking for something, either into the net. It was, she was looking for into the net, did not get the call. Mueller will serve. There's the Pioneers with it. Strazzeri gets it over, not a lot on it. Huge block by the Pioneers and a point.
Huge.
And it was Huge that time.
Pioneers.
On the near side, I believe that was Eldridge going at her. And Jackson will come in to serve for the Pioneers, trailing 11-8. Pioneers need a big run here. Jackson serve is going to be an ace. That's a good start. A good start of one there. Goes off the hands of Mueller. And Jackson will serve once again. Comes over to the near side. Serves it to the back row. Misplayed a little bit by the Vikings. And they'll knock it into the net, and they get a little bit of a cheap point there. Hits the net and just goes over for the point. The Vikings continue to have that 3-point lead and go back and forth with that for a while. Like to trade points when you're ahead, not when you're trailing by 3. Santor serving. In the middle, Cowan. No, it was Sanchez hammering that one for the point. The Pioneers now 12-10 trailing. It's going to be Kat Seeger, the lefty, coming in to serve for the Pioneers. Trailing 12-10, 2-0. Moval over here to Eldridge. Pioneers played easily. Here's Strazzeri, the big right hand. And Moval gets it back. Santor from the back row gets a lot on it. And there's Roth cross court. Vikings play. We'll just have to get it over easily. Good play there by Betke. Just get a set in, but the Vikings will have a good shot. Here's Eldridge. It is blocked, dug over the net, if you will, and Santor will try to get it back. Big rally here. Roth, gets it in. Tipped off a Viking defender and in. And the Pioneers have cut the lead down to 1 with Kat Seeger serving. Trying to get that crowd back in the game. Seeger hits her serve into the net just when the Pioneers needed something big. The Vikings have that 2-point lead again. That was a big play there. Pioneers had a little momentum, scored a couple points in a row. And here is Sazama serving again for the Vikings. Their serve is to the middle. At the bottom is Roth, dug out by the Vikings. At the top there, it is tipped off a Pioneer defender and out of bounds. Point for the Vikings.
Kristanovic with the kill.
That's Kristanovic.
Vikings.
Kristanovic with the point there, to kill there. Sazama serves again, 3-point Viking lead. Set, just going over, a 50-50 ball, just goes over the net to the Vikings. Double contact there, point for the Pioneers. Pioneers catch a break.
Point, Pioneers. Strazzeri serving.
And get the serve back. It's going to be Strazzeri, 14-12, set number 3. Pioneers on their heels, trailing 2-0. Strazzeri serve to that back row, misplayed by the Vikings. Barely get it back over, but they do. And it is slapped back down by Betke. The Pioneers will get it back. Roth at the bottom, goes cross court. Vikings play it. And here's Eldridge, gets a fist on it here. And in the middle is Cowan off the defender and out of play. Point for the Pioneers. 14-13. Pioneers have been to this point a couple of times in set 3, have not been able to tie it up or take the lead. Now's a good time with Strazzeri serving. Strazzeri served. The back row misplayed by the Vikings. And Ace ties it up at 14 here in set 3. Only the second ace of the match for the Pioneers. Strazzeri again goes to that same spot. Sazama plays it this time. Eldridge at the bottom, dug out by the Pioneers. Roth gets it over. Goes to the top. Oh, and a point for Kristanovic as she kills it off a Pioneer defender into the middle of the empty space there, the middle of the abyss of the defense. As Eldridge will serve, 15-14, Vikings lead. Service to Vaughn. Vaughn gets it over the net and into the net is Betke. That ball was going over the net and she tried to make a play on it. Unfortunately, her body was into the net. 16-14, Vikings lead. Big mistake there. Here's the serve. Again to Vaughn. Betke sets it to the back. Huge, the big hit, but it's long. 17-14, Vikings lead. Pioneers really need to dig deep here. Trailing by 2. 2-0. Trailing by 3 points in the set. Not a lot of momentum, not a lot of things going right for them. That one goes off Vaughn. Roth from way deep. Vikings play it easily. Eldridge on the far side, and she gets it. Sorry, that was Kristanovic on the star side, and she did get it. 4-point lead for the Vikings. And yes, she's going to use a timeout. Coach Ludwig using a timeout. All the momentum on the side of the Vikings. As we'll give you a minute break, get back to you. 18-14, Vikings lead in set 3, leading 2-0. Get right back to you here on MNU Sports Radio.
A reminder, there's a full day of athletic activities for the Pioneers tomorrow. At 1 o'clock here on Pioneer Field on campus, women's soccer takes on Culver Stockton. At 1 o'clock at ODAC, Pioneer football team battles the Benedictine College Ravens. At 3:30 here on campus at Pioneer Field, the Pioneer men's soccer team plays Culver Stockton. And at 5 p.m. right here in the Cook Center, Pioneer volleyball team hosts Central Methodist.
All right, welcome back. Pioneers trying to dig deep and come back in this one, trailing by 4 points in the set. The two-headed monster of Kristanovic and Santor doing big-time damage to this Pioneer team. And into the middle here is Cowan. Little change-up, doesn't get a lot on it, but empty space. Pioneers get the point. Good start of the comeback here. Roth will serve. Pioneers hitting 194. 9 kills and 31 attacks. Not good. Lots of digs by this Moval team. We'll need a big block here on the top side. Little tip. Pioneers play it. Oh, cannot get it over. Roth with the flat hand there. Bounce it off, but unfortunately it goes out of bounds. Point for Moval. Magic number for them is 6. 6 points away from a huge road sweep in the conference. Pioneers looking for a big comeback here in set 3. It's been done before. Cowan plays it back to Cowan in the middle, hammers it. Ball's going to be over the net and out of play. Point for the Pioneers.
Point, Pioneers. Vaughn, serving.
Chesney Vaughn, the Pioneers libero, will serve. Get to the near side here, into the middle. Nope, going on the far side. It is blocked. And right back to the Vikings. Again, Santor. This time dugout. Pioneers in the middle. Sanchez, a big hit, but good play there. Vaughn coming across. Going here to the bottom. It's huge. A block, and it's in. The block is in, and they point for the Vikings. 20-16 now. Magic number is 5. And they'll bring in their serving ace, Stoudemire. The Pioneers will have to make a run here. Cannot trade points, trailing by 4 in this final set. Stoudemire serve in the middle. It's going to be over the net. Good play there by Betke, and she'll get the point. Ball was tipped back and forth by Santor and Betke, and she'll take it. And she will serve. Pioneers crawling back here, fighting tooth and nail. Betke serving. Good serve to the middle. Diving play, but they play it. Santor at the top, hammers it home. Point for the Vikings. Santor has 12 kills.
Mueller serving.
And she's hitting well over 400, so doing a lot of damage from that far side. That pass there. Oh, and that's a point for Missouri Valley as Vaughn's pass was too far into the net. 22-17. 3 points away now. Mueller serve. Handled by the Pioneers. Over on the far side, it's huge. And out it will go. 23-17. Pioneers are hitting 176. Now a little lower than that after that one. In this third set, not a good average. Barely played there by the Pioneers. They'll just have to get it over, and it's out. And the Pioneers are 1 point away from having this home win streak snapped. 2-0 in sets, 24-17 here in set number 3. Mueller serving out the match here. Pioneers looking to get back in it. Schurzeri handled by the Vikings. A kill there on the bottom by Eldridge, and it is over. 33 in a row, and the Pioneers have dropped a home regular season match. 3-0, 26-24, 25-23, and 25-17. The Missouri Valley Vikings wore down your Mid-America Nazarene University Pioneers. We will get back with you once again tomorrow night, 5 p.m. here at Bell Family Arena. The Mid-America Nazarene University Pioneers women's volleyball team will host the Central Methodist University Eagles. Opening serve will be at 5 p.m. And we'll be right with you here on MNU Sports Radio. Pioneers were looking to bounce back after a tough home loss. First one in Christina Ludwig's career and first loss in Heart of America Conference play.